Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honour and pleasure to be here for this very special day. I'll do my best to take the feedback and compress the speech as much as I can, but there are some important messages I'd like to convey. This is a very important 25th anniversary. It celebrates all of the service that this temple has provided to the community of Leicester. And all of that service originates from this beautiful building around us. But as well as acknowledging past successes, we look to the future with the opening of this innovative organ donation information centre. Now, this centre should become a powerful catalyst to encourage more members of the community to support organ donation. And indeed, as this poster says, this temple is leading the way. Perhaps others will follow. This type of centre has never been more needed. The impact of COVID has been quite significant on organ donation, and there's been a drop in both donations and transplantations, with, of course, a resulting impact on patients. I'm pleased to say that we're now back to just over 90% of pre-COVID levels, and we expect to be fully recovered in 2022. Now, as you may know, organs for donation are matched by blood group and tissue type, and people from the same ethnic background are more likely to be a match. Unfortunately, in the UK, donations and transplants are not evenly represented across ethnicities. I'll use data for the Black, Asian, mixed race and minority ethnic population in the UK to illustrate, and I'll use the rather ugly acronym BAME as a shorthand way to describe this group. So last year there were over 1,100 deceased organ donors in the UK. 7.3% came from BAME communities. In the same period, 23% of all transplants were for BAME patients. And we know that these patients represent nearly a third of the national waiting list for transplants. As you've heard earlier, the organ donation law in England is now an opt-out system. But families are always involved in any donation decision. And as the professor said, that family discussion around the dining table to talk about one's wishes regarding transplant is so vitally, vitally important. But if we look at the decisions that families make, 39.5% of BAME families agreed to support donation. The equivalent number for white families was 69%. So hopefully these numbers are showing the imbalances. More need for transplantation, but fewer donations. And these imbalances have a human cost. To illustrate, 1 year after being listed for a transplant, 35% of white patients will have received that transplant, but only 19% of BAME patients. And sadly, around 6% of BAME patients die while waiting for an organ. So that's the problem, that's the imbalance. The best way to correct this and to improve the human outcomes from transplantation is through work within local communities to increase support for donation. Accurate information from trusted community leaders is essential. And situated at the heart of this community, I think this centre is perfectly placed to spread knowledge and understanding. I know you're training a team of dedicated volunteers to lead the work. You're creating a play which will expose some of the myths which can act as barriers to organ donation. And you're setting up a team of media champions. These are tremendous practical steps which ultimately should help to save lives. All of us here, I think, are long-term collaborators in this work. This Mandir has been a very supportive stakeholder of NHSBT, and we worked together on several projects over the years. We were very pleased to provide some funds from our community investment scheme to help create this centre, and we're also very proud to work with JOD, which was founded by Lord Gadia and Kirit Modi. And overall, I think we have a very healthy partnership in this area. We're working together to create better outcomes for patients. Finally, I think the pandemic has reinforced the vital importance of community. And throughout the last 25 years, this temple has provided community leadership, support, and assistance. And I think that should make everyone here feel very, very proud. Now, with the creation of the Organ Information Centre, we can take that leadership one step further and help to save and improve lives through increased donation and transplantation. I'm personally proud to be here at the start of this journey and look forward very much to seeing the progress that we can achieve together. Thank you.
जलियाण मंगलम वीरबाई मात मंगलम जलियाण मंगलम वीरबाई मात मंगलम श्री हरि मंगलम रघुनाथ मंगलम श्री हरि मंगलम रघुनाथ मंगलम धाम वीरपुर मंगलम जलियाण मंगलम वीरबाई जलियाण मंगलम वीरबाई मात मंगलम श्री हरि मंगलम रघुनाथ मंगलम श्री हरि मंगलम रघुनाथ मंगलम धाम वीरपुर मंगलम
एक मिनट